She's weird. She's not just weird. She's like borderline demonic. Look at you can tell this. Like, look at the gyrations of the eyes, the strange squirreliness and weirdness of the motion in her. And if you don't believe me that we're fighting a spiritual battle between darkness and light, that is Exhibit A. Weird demon-possessed girl coming after Donald Trump because she's believed all of the filth and propaganda that's been vomited into her face by the media. I'm going after Orange Hitler. I'm gonna take him out.
Very cool. Yes, she believes all the filth and propaganda. Dude, whoever that guy is, he believes the filth and propaganda. He just likes the filth and propaganda. And I love his criticism of her, like her facial expressions, her eyes. Like he can't wait to do that exact same stuff. What a weirdo. Anyway, this is the state of the right wing. That guy just declares that she's demon possessed, talks about this struggle to get Donald Trump back into the White House so they can cut the corporate tax rate as being some sort of biblical fight between good and evil. It can't just be that maybe it was strategically a misstep for her to appear. She has to be inhabited by Asmodeus, Lord of Goats or something. It's a really weird, it's a weird environment in the media that we have, Jessica.
I think you put it really well when you said this is the state of the right wing, because I think it's a great synopsis of what's going on there. I mean, you have this guy who's very upset that his politician that he likes, Donald Trump, is being prosecuted for trying to steal an election. Like, that's what we're talking about here. That's what he's upset about. He's like, objection, Your Honor, motion for a mistrial because the judge is a bit wiggly. When on the left, what are we upset about? We're upset that people are being detained. We're upset that people are being detained for minor drug offenses and being put in prison for life. We're seeing people in arraignments being put in jail without even a trial, simply because they are poor, also because they are Black. And then we see right next to them their peers who are white, not being put in jail. And it's like those are our qualms with the justice system and how it operates. Instead, he's like, I think the judge is a bit weird, and I would like for him to not prosecute the bad guy who I kind of like.
It's also just like, again, it's projection constantly. Like the case should be thrown out because she believes crazy things about Trump in believing she believes that he's a fascist or whatever, which I feel like that's self-evident. I feel like I don't need to make the case for that. I feel like Donald Trump does that on a daily basis. But anyway, his side believes that Joe Biden and every prominent Democrat in America keeps kids chained in their basement so they can drink their brain hormones. Like, it's just project. You guys believe the craziest stuff in the world about microchips and 5G and all that stuff. So maybe get your own house in order. But is she demon possessed or is there something else supernatural going on? Here is Charlie Kirk.
And as soon as I saw it, I said, oh wow, they have a Harry Potter girl running Trump's grand jury. As soon as I saw it. I have nothing against Harry Potter. I think it's fine. I read all the books growing up, but there is a culture that was created, especially with millennials, where they got super obsessed about Harry Potter and they talk a certain way and they giggle a certain way. And I was like, that girl she thinks she's a witch. And we kind of had our, chat about that in our conversation this morning. And it turns out that my suspicion actually was totally and completely correct. That we found her Pinterest page, the Harry Potter girl's Pinterest page, and she's really into witchcraft. That's not an insult. Well, it is an insult, but it's not me exaggerating. It's not hyperbole. It's a fact. She's big into alchemy, crystals, how to be a witch. We have the images right here. She actually is a witch. She's into witchcraft. And as soon as I saw a video of her, I said, whoa, that is someone who thinks they're Hermione Granger, like totally. Like she is LARPing on live television, live action role playing, trying to be a serious person. She just can't pull it off. Yeah, listen, you want to go be a witch in Georgia? Not my thing. You could go into the hinterlands and go cast spells amongst your fellow friends. If you're going to be a forewoman of a jury that involves a former president, you got to be a lot more serious than this. This is not a joke.
Okay, I don't want to waste any time. I want to dive immediately into the most substantive part of this. What did you call Hermione Granger? How did you pronounce that? You said you read all those books. I don't think you read all those books. You seem mystified by what her name actually is. Anyway, he's very happy with himself that he has established that she is in fact a witch. I'm gonna blow Charlie Kirk's mind. Did you know that she could be interested in witchcraft, and that doesn't necessarily mean that witchcraft is real? In the same way that declaring her to be demon possessed doesn't mean that she actually is. All of this stuff that, yes, there are Wiccans and there are people who have this cultural thing and they engage in stuff and different people have different views of it. But you guys literally believe that all this stuff is true. There are concerned parents around the country going to school board meetings that think that witchcraft is a real thing and reading Harry Potter means you can literally cast spells. So again, like they're trying to put all of the things that they know are true of their base onto this one woman, and then they add a layer of misogyny, like her giggling and all that means that she's not serious or something. So anyway, it's just, they have to, there's no reasonable criticism. They have to jump immediately to declaring her to be some sort of sprite or fairy or something like that. Some weird supernatural thing, Jessica.
Yeah, Hermione Granger. Come on, man.
I don't like that at all. I don't want that.
Yeah, if any of my friends decide to go under, hormone therapy and transition, I think they should go with the new name of Hermione Granger, just as a slight to J.K. Rowling and all of the nonsense she's called. And then they can tell everybody Charlie Kirk came up with it. And I think that would be beautiful and poetic. But it's ridiculous. Can't they think of something new? We already did the witch trials thing so long ago. And we got over it. And now they want to bring it back. And it's like, why are you digging up old stuff? Be creative, Charlie. Come up with something new.
100%. Also, I'm just gonna throw out there, everything at the end of the day, I think is really about branding, okay? Because take a look at how quick he was to spit in the face of someone who believes in alchemy and herbs. They believe that if you put like a thing in your mouth, it'll have an effect or whatever. Okay, let's transition to our break. Take our gorilla-derived brain pills for maximum focus and power and alphaness. They've made hundreds of millions of dollars grinding up ape dongs to make you virile and powerful. That's just alchemy, man. Those are herbs. That's what they are. Like, you love to point the finger at women for their interests or whatever. Take a look at every alpha blend that they sell on these websites.
I want to interview him and be like, so you believe this pill will make you more of an alpha male? Yes. Is that because you believe in magic? Like, come on, guy. I want to do the interview so bad.
Oh God, they had, like, I think Rashad and Ben went on his little interview show. They'll eventually reach out to you. I can't wait to see. You should bring some of those little alchemical brews. Anyway, okay, we need to move from ape dongs to something arguably more serious. Let's jump into this C block. Martin says, John, drink lots of bone broth too. Look, that's simple enough. Maybe that has some sort of effect. I'm just saying the vast majority of what they sell on these websites is the same exact thing as whatever Hermione Granger would have brewed up in potions.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.